Hello. Wow, shocker. I'm here again. Today we are doing the top 10 figures of 2021. So a lot of people do it, and I thought, you know what? Mine was different to theirs. Uh, Obviously, we've all got different opinions, but I think, well, there's not really any excuses. I want to do it. I haven't done a video for ages, apart from that one I did, was top website figures, but thought I'd do my top 10 figures of 2021. But first of all, some honorable mentions. Figures that aren't Transformers. I picked up 2 last year. I wanted to pick up more, but obviously I've been focusing on Kingdom a lot. I love Kingdom. But first of all, Marvel Legends Sylvie. She was my first Marvel Legends figure. She is my first Marvel Legends figure ever, my first Marvel figure ever. And basically, she just represents the Loki series as a whole. I want to try and get the Loki. But obviously focusing on Kingdom a lot more. Well, Kingdom's pretty much finished now, isn't it? So I guess I can focus on getting the Loki now. But she just represents the Loki series. It was a fantastic series. I loved it so much. It was honestly not, in my opinion, being a better Marvel show. Obviously I haven't seen Marvel's show. I've only seen the other 3. The Falcon and Soldier kind of bored me, so I kind of stopped. I'm sorry. I probably will finish it off. I need to watch Hawkeye. I'm very excited for Agatha House of Harkness though. I love Agatha's character in WandaVision, so I'm hoping that the show can obviously pick up more on her character. But yeah, basically she's just here to represent the Loki series as a whole. Such a good show. Now another one that represents another show, the League of Legends Jinx Champion series. I figure she represents Arcane, even though she isn't the Arcane design. She is the game design, but Arcane was such a good series. Wish it came out a bit earlier than it did. And then again, I only watched it in December, very early December, when it all came out. Anyway, it all came out in the end of November, but I watched it early December. I'm not seeing a show that good. Well, that good, really. It was fantastic. The animation, everything about it, and Jinx made it. So she's here to represent Arcane, really. Now, on to the honorable mentions for Transformers now, because obviously it's the thing that I like the most. Go for a mold first, and that is the Air Razor mold. Now, she was going to this mold, mainly Air Razor, because I wasn't thinking about. I didn't know I was going to get Skywalker, really, because I didn't think I was going to get the Kingdom Sideswipe. But this mold is so good, so it needed to have, even if it wasn't on the list, a mention. Because I remember she was said to be the worst figure coming out from Kingdom, but she's honestly not. The worst has to be either Cheetah or Tracks. Cannot stand them too. Well, Tracks is good looking, so is Cheetah, but it's just what they're made of isn't good. She's fantastic. Although I do worry about her gold plastic joints, the hinges that lift up. Thank God he's brown? Yeah, he's a brown. So hopefully his can last a lot longer. But this mold is so good, and I want to get the Pterosaur, but I can't find the Pterosaur. He literally was the only exclusive that I wanted, and he's out of stock everywhere. Pre-orders went first day. It's like air fries all over again, but only with Pterosaur. And if someone can tell me where I can get a Pterosaur from, please comment down below. I would love to get a Pterosaur. But yeah, this mold is fantastic. Even if you aren't a Beast Wars fan, just pick one. I mean, if you've got the Sideswipe, you've got this as well. Well, if you haven't sold it on, which I can see why, but he's good. And plus, I love my Japanese box, as I said, with Black Zarak. So that is their mention. And then I mentioned that probably it's going to get people mad because he's not on the top 10. Cyclonus. He's perfect in every way. He's so good. I got him when I was on my lessons when college started. Literally came through I bought him end of Christmas holidays, and he came the first week when the online lessons started. I think it was the first Wednesday, and he's so good. So that was a good time for me. I liked the January to March time last year. And this figure just kind of has them built into him. He's so good, absolutely fantastic. But I like imperfections in characters. figures, but he's going to see some I don't really have any imperfections on, which kind of contradicts this. But he's very good, and I'll leave it at that. Even the face sculpt, which people don't seem to like, is incredible. Even though he doesn't really fit into SS86 more than Kingdom. But next one, can you tell me the whole Kingdom, with how much I love Kingdom, is Deluxe Class Waspinator. He's an animated reference. That's pretty much the reason he's on here. The purple wings are definitely a callback to animated. And animated is my favourite Transformers show. Rest in peace, Derek J. Wyatt. God, that hit me hard when I found out that he died. Such talented man with his work. He was brilliant. And just an average fan as well that we were. But enough from the somber note. Good figure. A bit loose around the waist and the wasp head split section. But other than that, he's great. And I love him. A bit too small. For my liking anyway. And then the next one. There's two more. Stand, please, thank you. Is Kingdom Huffer. Now, I wasn't originally going to get this because I was worried Pipes would be an exclusive. I looked like Runabout was. But he isn't. So I was on the fence for getting him at roll call when I saw him. And so Zort Rider gave him the cloak, the Watcher's cloak that came with Sylvie. And I said I want nothing for it. And then he bought me Huffer. That was he's on here for the memories of roll call and for Zort Rider's kindness, basically. But he's a good figure as well. I was very shocked at how he turned out, being that Huffer has one of the weirdest designs in Transformers. But he's very good. He's a very good figure, very good mini-bot. And thanks again, Zort Rider, for picking me up Huffer. And then the final honorable mention before we get onto the actual list. Warpa. He's embedded with Pride Memory, just like another figure that will come up on the top 10. He's great. He's the last Wave 1 figure that I actually wanted, the last one I actually got. Got him in October. Shocking, considering I didn't think Wave 1 figures were still out there. I don't think he's in Smiths anymore, which is strange, considering most of the deluxes are still in Smiths. Well, it's my Smiths anyway. He's good though. He's very good. He would have made it to us as well, but some of the things took priority. You'll see what I mean when it comes to the first 3 on the top 10 list, because they're mainly molds. But yeah, he's good. Now then, we finally get to the top 10. So the first, number 10, is a mold that I was shocked that I would like, after I hate the base mold. But it's Shadow Panther and Ravage. I love these figures. I was so shocked that Shadow Panther actually turned. I wasn't going to get him originally because I was worried that the Cheetor mold was going to have all of its problems again. But obviously, black plastic seems to be a lot more dense and thick than yellow plastic. So he feels so good in hand. And I've headcanoned him as a resurrected Beast Wars, a Razor Claw, and he was his old robot skull as the mutant mask, and basically his Fabricus agent, as you can probably tell, because he's pretty much based. No, the Fabricus agent transmittal toy was based on the Shadow Panther colours. So Fabricus agents, hence why these are here together. And Ravage is very good. He's fantastic in every way. He would have been higher, but considering I haven't had him for that long, I only got him at Christmas, he wasn't higher. But he's great. Incredible. I was so shocked at him. Even his joints, all the tolerances that were gone that were on Cheetor were terrible, were gone on these two. Very shocking. I was very shocked with that, actually. But I'm very happy. It makes me actually enjoy this mold and see what it could have been. And it's a good mold. Just the yellow plastic on Cheetor was terrible. Plus, the scythe fits Shadow Panther a lot more than it does Cheetor. Number 9, the Battle Chargers mold. I wasn't going to get this originally because he was an exclusive and he ran out on the first day when he was announced. But then I went to Indie Man Toys, the actual shop, and he was there, so I got them both at the same time for my birthday, and they are great. This mold is fantastic. This one makes me a lot more happy than this one because I used to play with the original toy when I was little, because my dad used to have it, and so this fills the hole that was left when that thing went. And this one, the colours, just like with Black Zarak, the black and the red, just the Palareal, Phantom Tomorrow, no, the Palareal Bastards era, the Blackville Brides, Phantom Tomorrow era, and the Maggie London and Paranoia era. Just these colours, they remind me of them. And those are some very good albums, very good eras. So obviously, good for that reason. And just, these figures are so good, and the best Earthrise mold in my opinion. They are. I mean, Optimus Prime is fantastic, but just something about these two. Now, number 8, another mold. I swear this is the final time there's a mold on this list, and it's the Sideswipe mold from Kingdom. It's so good. As I mentioned in my top Wolf Labyrinth figures, it's so good. Everything about it is good. I don't want to repeat myself again, but roll call, memory, blah, blah, blah. And, I wasn't thinking I was going to get these because I wanted to get the Siege type. I've already had the Siege Rider works. I didn't think this one was necessary, but then I keep seeing pictures of him on Twitter, and I'm like, he does look far better, and he is far better. He's more accurate, even if he doesn't have the doors that come down here, but I kind of don't like that anyway. So these two are so good, and this one is something about this mold in these colours. Perfect. So down to number 7. It's a Kingdom figure. Are we surprised? It's Primal. This figure takes everything that Kingdom wanted and just made it good. Kingdom Wave 1 was fantastic, apart from Jigsaw. It's so good, the first wave of Kingdom. There's nothing about it that I would change apart from Kingdom Plastic. But it has the most actual Beast Wars in it. So obviously that makes it the best Kingdom Wave. Sorry, G1ers, but we've had a lot of G1 lately, and I needed a break. And this was the 4th Beast Wars of the Kingdom. My first one was Rat Trap, because I put it in when it came on Christmas Eve, and then my next was Black Oni and Cheetor, and then it was Primal and then Megatron. He's very good. He's incredible. Everything about him is great. People have complained about how tight his joints are, but he's a lot better than what we saw in Wave 3 of Kingdom. He's great. He looks like he jumped right off the terrible animation of Beast Wars. But I do kind of prefer the texture. I don't want it to be plain. I like my detail on my figures. Next, will probably shock people with him being this low on the list, but it's SSH6 Hot Rod. He's good. Very good. And he kind of contradicts what I said about Cyclonus, but he's very good. And unlike Cyclonus, I fiddle with him a lot more. Kind of annoyed that the new release will possibly have that being red, but he's good. He's very good. What else can I say? He's the perfect Transformer. And this is probably the be-all end-all for horror figures, let's be honest. It's probably the last one they'll ever make. They'll probably re-release and re-release and re-release this one. Looks like they'll probably do with the Optimus Prime from Earthrise. But it's very good. It's incredible. But that's all. I can't really say much more because I've said everything about it. They bled it dry. Now, number 5, is here. Higher than the other one because I actually prefer his character. Galvatron. Perfect. He is, in my opinion, the best Wolf of Cybertron leader. But he isn't my favourite. I'm sorry. Because there's another one coming up that is my favourite Wolf of Cybertron leader. But he's great. He's so good. I mean, the Matrix, I just have it on because I kind of like him. But it kind of suits him a lot more than I mean, even though he's tiny for him and doesn't have open hands, which he should do. He's so good. Look at him. I don't care about the smudging on him, even if that stuff is probably unnecessary. You can barely tell it on this camera because it's so blurry because I don't have the blinds open. But I kind of put it from my room. I don't have the sun beaming on my shelf with these white figures on there. Some bleach, I don't want that. But this is a very good figure. He feels great. He feels like, I mean, he's the same size as Double Dealer, but he feels like a leader, unlike Double Dealer, who, in my opinion, shouldn't be a leader, and he should have. I kind of wish they made a commander for him now instead. He's very. I know I'm not rant about Double Dealer, but this figure's very good. Get one. Everyone's probably got one though, but if you haven't, get the Legacy one if you don't want the smudges. Number 4, Dinobot. I love him. Like I said in my top Wolf session figures, he's the best Voyager in my opinion. He's so good. He's so good. Even the arms a little bit and the. I was so worried that they wouldn't make Dinobot look good because Cheetor was. But he's perfect. He's perfect in every way, in my opinion. Yeah, and he has imperfections. You can see what I prefer in a figure. That's why I don't collect masterpieces. But he's so good. That head sculpt is fantastic. He doesn't look like a thumb in a helmet. The chest is a very clever idea, although I wish they kind of did with the masterpiece. They didn't hide that so it isn't like jumping up on it. But it's very good. It's an incredible figure. This is the only Beastars figure that I think I've seen run out everywhere. I'm not surprised though. It is pretty much everyone's favorite Beast Wars character. It's a very good figure. Now then, for number 3, Kingdom Beast Wars Megatron. Yeah, I'm my favourite leader from Galvatron. He's my first leader of this year. He's an actual leader. Well, not actual leader compared to what's going to go up number 2. But he's very good. He's incredible. I love him. Sounds a bit weird. But he's good. And that's all I can really say about him. Good size. Love him. Transformation's a bit weird though. Number 2, yeah, we all know he's going to be in everyone's video. This is Grimlock. I wasn't originally going to get him because I just didn't think of a needing a Grimlock. But then I realised his name, so I got him. He's so good. He would have been number 1 if I wasn't biased towards the character at number 1. But he's so good. The really shite. This is so good. I really love him. Fantastic figure. Very good height. Very good. He's perfect, basically. Which contradicts what I call him, but he's very good. Incredible. Everyone's probably got one also. I was going to say get one. Number 1, I'm so sorry for doing this because she isn't the best. But she's my favourite. She made me so happy. I love this character so much. Animated back correctly, my favourite Transformers character ever. She's up there with Sentinel Prime from Dark Knight. I know what Bayverse character. Oh, shocking. But he's a good character. But this was this one. Even she's not of the waist at all. She's not the same colours. Although I've seen a Digibash for her animated colours. And I'm so tempted to buy another one just to paint her in them colours. But she's incredible. You can't get better than this, in my opinion. Not even the masterpiece. I prefer her with black, with gold. She's perfect. Yeah, but I haven't broken that tab there yet, and I've transformed her so many times. Probably my most transformed figure this year. I completely forgot I had Cheetor when I got her because I got them at the same time. One of them at the same time and came at the same time. And I just forgot about Cheetor because my personal bias towards this character. I'm so sorry. And having her next to Elite 1 is very happy. Even though I do have the original animated figure. We don't have animated Elite 1, which I'm hoping Legacy can give us instead of giving us another G1 Elite 1. I'm hoping that it's animated Elite 1. But this figure's very good. Not the best, obviously. Some people won't like her because it's Beast Wars. But she's incredible. which is very good. So yeah, that's it for my top 10 list this year. I hope you enjoyed listening to my ramblings of Transformers Kingdom, basically, because there are two 86 figures. I've got all of Wave 1, I haven't got any of Wave 2 yet. Really good the Red Car, the Nor, Slug. But I don't have room for Slug. But yeah. Next year, Legacy's coming. I've already got the first Legacy figure, obviously, he's right there. Very excited for Legacy, very excited for the Bumblebee figures, especially the RC. The RC looks very good. So I'll definitely be doing another follow-up for this next year. Maybe even this year if I finish it. I'll finish it, what am I on about? When it comes to December. So yeah, thank you for listening to my rambles on basically Transformers Kingdom. I'll see you later. Goodbye.